All right, son, I'm going to teach you about 4 personality traits that will make any woman obsessed with you. And the first one is abundance. Now, abundance in terms of dating and with getting women is that you have more than one woman who's interested in you at any given time. This is exactly the opposite of most what young guys have. So this is probably your issue right now. You're probably coming across as very needy, as very clingy, because you don't have any other options. You don't have an abundance of women who are interested in you, which means that you invest. You're so emotionally attached to this one girl that you really, really care about right now. And because you don't have an abundance, that makes you come across as unattractive. We need the opposite of this. We need abundance. We need to know that there's other women who are into us. Because the best case scenario, literally the best case scenario, and a quite vulgar question I ask myself that you might want to just take from me, but it's a little bit vulgar. Let's say, you get a text from a girl and you're trying to think of like what to say to her. What I ask myself is, I just close my eyes and just kind of pretend I'm in bed right now with 2 girls, with 4 girls. Then I ask myself, okay, now how would I handle this situation with this girl? Because when you have an abundance like that and some girl's taking too long to reply, I don't give a shit. When you have an abundance like that and some girl is like being weirdly disrespectful, all right, well, she's not in my life anymore because I'm in bed with my girls here. Now, this isn't saying to go and be like some playboy or anything, but I think men hugely benefit from having an abundance. Men hugely benefit from having other women who are interested in them. For women, it's kind of the opposite. Women are more attractive to guys, like the less options she has. Like, we like women who aren't entertaining 5 other guys right now. We like women who like aren't like, really that popular. Whereas women, even though they'll consciously say like they don't really want a guy who's sleeping with other girls, women will consciously say they don't want a guy who's like got an abundance. They subconsciously are deeply attracted and obsessed with men who have got an abundance because that kind of man is the man that they want to join with. In fact, one of the easiest ways to create an attraction in women is something called pre-selection. And that's where you essentially will enter like a venue, like a place, when you've got other women around you, and it kind of pre-selects you. It shows other women, like the new woman that you want to attract. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like, these girls here are already attracted to me. And something clicks in a woman's brain and she realizes, okay, if other girls are attracted to him, there must be a good reason for it. And she's way more likely to be attracted to you. Abundance causes pre-selection, and it's a fantastic thing. But how do you get abundance? Let's say right now you're struggling with one girl. You're struggling with one girl. Well, then how do you go and get abundance? It's not going to be easy. The way that you get abundance conveniently is the other 3 traits that we're going to go over. So the second one is mystery. A lot of young guys struggle with this, especially like the new age sort of young man who's maybe 17, 18, 19, 20 years old right now. Your mystery has been stripped away from you by yourself. You voluntarily seem to just literally take away all mystery that you had, that this girl would see from you. And the way that you do this is because you've been conditioned and you've been told and you've been fed these lies to pretend like you're supposed to get into these like sort of modern, mundane, open conversations with women. Young men have been literally convinced that the way that they should speak to women is the same way that they should speak to like their male friends, and they should like message each other all the time and be speaking and laughing together. No. I want you to think of a man like James Bond. Obviously, he's like a fictional character, but you think of James Bond. He's a very mysterious man. Maybe he'll hook up with a girl, maybe he'll date a woman. And they don't really know what he's doing the next day. They wake up and he's just off to work. Like, they don't even see him. They wake up and they know he's at work, but they don't really know what he's doing. That's attractive. That's so attractive. Why? Because now they're like a woman, when you are mysterious, like James Bond, for example, she's sat at home thinking of all the possibilities that he could be doing right now. Whoa, he could be fighting like Russian agents. He could be invading like this country or this, or he could be like looking for this murderer or something. Wow, so exciting. And then there's you. And when this girl asks you like, oh, hey, what are you up to? What you done today? You literally answer the question truthfully and honestly, and you tell her exactly what you did. So you've got no mystery. She's not sat there thinking like, oh, wow, I wonder what little Jeffrey's doing today. Because she knows, because you're telling her. You literally tell her like, yeah, I just went to school and then I went to the gym and then I did nothing. I'm just watching Hamza on YouTube. Like, you're telling her that stuff, bro. So all the mystery from her mind gone. You have to, sometimes you get directly like asked with a girl next to you, what have you done today? This happens like quite often. I remember there was a point when I was like dating multiple girls at once, sleeping with them and stuff, and they'd literally pick me up from my house on the drive to like the spot where we would go to. the same girl would always ask me, oh, like, so what have you done today? And I knew this. I knew that, like, I'm going to stay mysterious. So I'd never fucking tell her, like, yeah, I woke up at 5 a.m. and then I went to the gym and then I did the... Why would you answer like that and just kill your mystery? You want to maintain this, like, this feeling that this girl's obsessed with you. Stay mysterious. Stay mysterious. She asks me, we're in the car together, me and this girl, right? She asks me, what have you done today? Sometimes, like, you know, I'm just kind of like chilling. It's late or something. I'm tired. And I'll just be like, lots. And she'll just like start giggling. Like, go on, tell me. Like, boom. There we go. Think about how exciting that is for her. Like, why isn't he telling me? Or why? Like, bro, I didn't even do any fun shit that day. I didn't. But now that I've not answered this question and she's asking me, like, go on, tell me, like, what have you done today? She's thinking in her mind, like, oh, has he slept with other girls today? What has he been making money? What's he been doing? Oh, like, there's so much mystery. If I tell her, like, oh yeah, I woke up, I went to the gym. It's like, well, then she's not going to be thinking about what I've been doing today. You know, that really brings us to the overlying sort of strategy of making women obsessed with you. You literally, like, think about it, maybe no one's explained this, but what exactly is a woman who is obsessed with you? What's actually happening there? Think about this. What is actually happening when a woman is obsessed with you? Well, it simply means that she's just thinking about you a lot, right? She's thinking about you a lot. Now, why would you navigate your relation with this woman, the girl that you want to get, your crush, the girl you're dating? Why would you navigate that in a way that stops her from thinking about you? Why would you answer a question which then kind of puts a full stop into that thought of her mind? She wonders, what's he been doing today? And she asks you, and you tell her in a way that stops her from thinking about that thought anymore. No, you want her to think about it. This is why, bro, I didn't even make this as a 4-pointer, right? So I'll give you a bonus one, right? And this is controversial as fuck, but you want a girl who's obsessed with you. I'm going to teach you some fucking truthful, like somewhat dark shit, but you want a girl who's obsessed with you, bro? Make her feel all the emotions possible. Make her cry. Make her happy. Excite her. Scare her. Make her feel any emotion possible. Disgust her. Make her angry. Make her so happy. Make her like so happy she cries. Take her through the full spectrum of emotions and she will be obsessed with you. You know what the issue is with the majority of young guys? They just keep a woman here. No, here. In this boring, depolarized, grey, androgynous zone of like, yeah, what you doing today? Oh, yeah, boring. You've always kind of known this, haven't you? You've always known that the guy that the girl is fucking, sometimes he's a bit of an asshole towards her, isn't he? Sometimes he's really nice, but sometimes he's an asshole and she's always crying about him. Then why is she still with him? Because women are attracted to the men who take them through the full spectrum of emotions. They're just bored by guys who just do this shit here, right in the middle of like, yeah, mundane, boring shit, bro. Scare her, bro. Sometimes it's okay to scare a woman. Sometimes it's okay to even like slightly hurt her. Like, it's not okay, but it's like if you can feel free to do that. If sometimes you can feel free to disappoint her. If sometimes you can feel free that you had plans but you've got to cancel instead of being a little wimp about it. She's getting taken through the whole spectrum of emotions, and that's deeply attractive. And you don't even, let's just say, you don't even just want the positive emotions, honestly. Because just positive emotions gets kind of boring. Women just want to have fun. They want a man to lead them through exciting times. So that could be like bonus tip number 3 of making women obsessed with you. Perhaps the best one is just fucking spike her emotions, bro. Spike her emotions. There's different ways to do this. Just be like a fucking playful guy that sometimes you don't think about her. Sometimes you don't consider her. Sometimes you're too busy to reply and she's like thinking, oh, well, you know what? What's he doing right now? And then you reply with something really sweet. And you see like her wave of emotions, her feminine nature is really being nurtured by you. Making a woman obsessed with you is, or, you know, just having a woman attracted to you is not about just treating her as best as you can. You know, like, obviously treat her as best you can, but not about just making her happy all the time. Oh, gotta make my missus happy. Of course not. It's about making her feel the emotions that sway with like the feminine energy that she has inside of her. So if that was like bonus tip number 3, and I said to lead her through it, it leads us to tip number 4. Be masculine. Understand masculine energy, understand masculine and feminine energy, because if you can become more masculine and if you can start pushing her to be more feminine, she will be deeply obsessed with you. Because a woman who is feminine, who is in love with a masculine man, is quite literally so obsessively thinking about him 99% of the day. Maybe you've never experienced this right now because you've only ever met women who have got more masculine energy and you've got quite a lot of feminine energy. This is the case for like the modern sort of young people, which is very sad to see. It's a very like fucked up dynamic. But as you become more masculine, and you start to develop and nurture the women around you to be more feminine, you'll notice that they will literally dedicate their lives to you. They will literally just sit there and just think about you all day. I know that seems unrealistic, and there's people like, yeah, sure, right? And there's some like woman watching this who's masculine, think, yeah, no woman's like that. It's like feminine women are like this. And if you want this dynamic, which I believe is the best way, like I don't know if it's shallow, if it's whatever you want to say, or insecure or something. I like this dynamic where I'm masculine, I'm focused on work. My girl is in the kitchen right now thinking about me. She's obsessed with me, and like that's not an insult to her. If I asked her like, you obsessed with me, she'd be like, yeah. That's the point. Feminine women find this a compliment. Feminine woman, when she has fallen in love with a masculine man, she loves literally just thinking about him 24/7. She's obsessed. And that's not a bad thing. That's fucking beautiful. How do you become masculine so that women around you can become feminine? Well, I'll have like a card pop up on screen. And I've done like a full 1 hour guide on becoming more masculine, which you might really enjoy. And so finally, the fifth personality trait to make women obsessed with you is discipline. Discipline is a core component of masculinity. It's a core trait that I think young men need to develop. And the reason why it's a trait that will make women obsessed with you is because it will allow you to do the rest of the things here. You want to be more masculine, you need to be disciplined. You want to spike her emotions so she becomes obsessed with you. Well, you need to be disciplined enough to like not sway by your emotions. Discipline is the skill of doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. It's the skill of pushing past your emotions to do the right thing that you plan to do. And most guys struggle with discipline. The guys who struggle with discipline, women aren't obsessed with them. The guy who's got no discipline at all, who just does whatever he feels like, who's just feminine, well, the women that he can attract generally are more masculine, and those masculine women are not obsessed with him. They're obsessed more with their careers and their studies. You want that kind of feminine woman who's obsessed with you, who, you know, is thinking about you all the time, who wants to nurture you, who wants to support you in your mission, your purpose, your work. Well, then you need to have the discipline to be more masculine. You need to have the discipline to actually be focused on your work instead. When I didn't have discipline, and I was getting into relationships with girls, well, what was happening is I didn't have the discipline to stay true to my purpose, to my mission, to the gym, to my work. And so since I didn't have the discipline, but I had the girl next to me, well, then I'd spend too much time with her. I'd lose mystery, I'd lose abundance, I'd lose my masculine sort of nature because I'd be spending too much time with women. You're not supposed to spend that much time with women, honestly. Like, this is a kind of like extra point just which is on my mind right now, is a lot of young guys have this desire to be best friends with a woman and they can't wait to spend all day with her. Bro, that's not masculine at all. The masculine man is like, the time that we want to spend with a woman is all about play and love. It's just play and love, and love, the physical transmission of love is sex. So it's essentially just like play and sex, play and sex, play and sex. I know that seems like I'm like making sort of bad, what's the word? Like, I'm being derogative to women and saying that they're only for sex. It's not, I'm not saying that. But if you're a masculine man and you're with a feminine woman, you're not friends. No one's probably ever said this before, bro. You need to have a mindset like this. If you want to do well in this fucking dark dating scene of today, I promise you right now, you can't be following the same script as everyone else. I'm giving you parts of my script that I don't even want to say this, bro, because if other guys follow what I've just given you in this video, I'm going to have more competition. But I'm telling you right now, bro, become more masculine, attract feminine women, and I promise you that this modern script that you've been following, that you should be best friends and text each other, bro, you will not follow that script anymore. Because once you become more masculine and you attract feminine women, you realize like you love them. And I love spending some time with her. I love playing with her. I deeply enjoy and find like pleasure and purpose in making love. But we are not friends. I will say this again. Me and my girl, there's a reason why I call her my girl and not my girlfriend, because that's just a cringe term, bro. Me and my girl are not friends. And that's why it actually feels so good together. That's why she's in there obsessed with me. Now, maybe you don't want this. Maybe you're just watching this video just for a bit of entertainment, but chances are you're watching this because you actually want this dynamic of a girl being obsessed with you, whilst maybe you're not really totally obsessed about her. That is, in my opinion, the correct dynamic to be in. And it comes from you being so masculine that you need to have something else to be focused on. And why not make that your purpose and your mission? I'm obsessed over my work, and my girl is obsessed over me. And so throughout the day, like let's say I'm working right now, and I'm going to record this video. I'm recording it for like 20 minutes or something. And I've just recorded another 2 videos before this. Well, after this video, I'll go in, I'll take a break and just go in and just start like kissing her. Then I'll start like play fighting with her and making out with her and everything. And that's the little top up of like masculine love that she needs. Then I'll go and work again for 2 hours and she's thinking about me whilst I'm working. It's the best dynamic I've ever been in. It might seem weird for some people, and I'm certain that there's going to be masculine women commenting underneath this and saying, oh, that sounds gross, go make your own money, queen, like, yeah, you're a boss bitch, like, My food's here, bro. Click on watch this video right now, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.